Animal Allies of Western New York, we work towards animal advocacy all throughout Western New York, and we're actually based right in Amherst. So when we heard of this issue, it was very close to my heart because I live about one minute from the actual place where the animals have been trapped and drowned. But the number one concern I have is addressing the actual culture of killing that we have in this society. That our first impulse is immediately to eradicate and kill, not looking at these animals as our friends and our allies. The North American beaver actually they are responsible for creating many of the waterways that we enjoy today. They are a staple of North America, and they should be treated with respect. The idea that we are trapping an aquatic mammal that's used to holding its breath for upwards of 20 minutes, we're trapping them underwater. So in conjunction with a trap coming down with 90 pounds of pressure, it takes about upwards of 20 minutes for the animal to actually expire from that. And so, the issue isn't just with the trees. The trees are being munched on, because that's what beavers do. But the issue is also with the flooding that is sometimes created as a result of the beavers using their instinct to build dams. And so what we're hoping to do here is employ some humane alternatives, tried and tested by animal behaviorists across the nation, wildlife conservation groups, and thinking outside the box and really employing our creativity and imagination as a community to come together for these animals.
So you're before the board this afternoon to present petitions that you've collected and kind of hopefully educate them on what you know about this and how kind of horrible it is for these animals. Will they be taking any kind of a vote? How will that work?
We're actually, I don't even think it's going to need to come to that because right now I see that the whole entire board, from what I understand, is in support of the immediate moratorium on all of the trapping. Unfortunately, it's come a little too late this season because all of the beavers in Ellicott Creek by the Amherst Bike Path have been completely eradicated through the Trapping and Drowning Initiative. But for next year, we have a long time to prepare and make sure that this never, ever happens again. We are going to formally request a moratorium tonight. But I think that that's pretty much agreed upon already, which is wonderful.
So you've talked to some of the lawmakers?
Well, I've spoken to Councilman Mark Manna, Councilman Guy Marlette. They are both in support of a moratorium. We've also got a meeting set up with Bob Anderson, the highway superintendent here, the head of the trapping program. And from what I understand, he's very open to alternatives. I think it's really a matter of education here. I'm not interested in chastising anyone or, that doesn't work. I think it's a matter of my responsibility as the director of an animal advocacy group is to raise awareness and educate about the alternatives. And that's what